Hi, my name is Houston Vetter, and as a healthcare consultant for the medical industry, I thought it might be useful to give you some signs of dementia to look out for during the holidays, because loved ones are dear and precious to each and every one of us. Recognizing these signs of dementia can help prevent pain and suffering now and help down the road. And this can be the place to start stopping, reversing, and preventing the stress and strain that comes from a disease that usually becomes more debilitating the longer it goes. One of the first things you can notice is more indirect and vague answers than usual, or what you consider normal with your loved ones. As an example, you ask your mother, "What time is your brother coming home?" And she responds, "Pretty soon, you know how he is." If you ask more questions and you cannot get a direct answer, and the answers are pretty vague, this is a warning sign to be aware of. A similar response to vague responses is one that is deflective. As an example, you ask Mom, "What's in that dish?" And where she normally tells you all the ingredients, she instead asks, "What do you think?" Or you press her and she has trouble remembering all the ingredients, where she usually tells you exactly how much of everything she puts in the dish. Another sign to be on the lookout for is a consistent difficulty finding words. Everyone has a lapse every now and then, but when you notice it happening more than once or twice, it's another warning sign that you may want to pay attention to now instead of later. Finding things in places they normally don't belong is another warning sign that your loved one might have a dementia, Alzheimer, or memory loss problem. Things like a purse or a wallet in the refrigerator, or a sweater or gloves in the freezer, or glasses in the washing machine, and you ask where those items are, the response is they're not sure where those things are. That's a warning sign. Another warning sign to be on the lookout for is the same note written over and over. If you find multiple written notes with similar or almost identical information on different pages, like several post-it notes, it's time to become more involved with what your loved one is doing. If one of your parents is depending more on their partner than they normally do, this is something you want to keep your eye on. Examples of this is uncharacteristically depending heavily on their spouse for answers to questions, rarely leaving the side of their partner, and following their partner wherever they go. They may even appear anxious if they're not near their partner. This can be a sign one partner has been using the other to compensate for their memory loss, especially in conversations. Here is another warning sign to be on the lookout for. Any changes in behavior or out of character behavior for your loved one. Quick-tempered when they usually are the opposite of that. Irritated and frustrated easily when they usually aren't bothered by things. Personality changes can happen before memory loss or confusion in some forms of dementia. Behavioral and temperamental changes that go for more than a day is a warning sign that some form of testing or evaluation should be done. You've probably heard about this next warning sign, where your loved one asks you a question about something and a few minutes later they ask you about the same thing you just talked about. The warning sign? Asking the same type of questions that you've already answered. For example, they ask about your car or work or some situation at home. And 30 minutes later they're asking about the same thing as if you had just not discussed it just 30 minutes ago. Here's a good one for the holidays. The normal food that your mom makes perfectly every year is different this year, and she doesn't notice it. The creamy mashed potatoes are lumpy and sort of soupy. That special dish she normally makes did not turn out the right way, or the food just isn't the same. Now, if there's just one of these signs, that just may be an off day. If there are more than one, your concern should be moving up. And if you want to be on the safe side, you may want to check out our Stopping Dementia program, because if your loved one is just starting to get dementia or just have a poor memory day because of stress, this program can reverse that and improve memory, clarity, and creativity. We're having a webinar on Monday the 23rd. During this webinar, you'll have the opportunity to ask questions, and even if you cannot make it on that date, register below and we'll send you a link to a replay so you can set your mind at ease over the coming holidays.